The government's breakdown-prone 757s will be replaced with 2 extra long-range Airbus planes as part of a $2.7 billion defence investment. We're also getting 5 MH-60R Seahawk helicopters equipped with anti-submarine torpedo systems, Hellfire missiles and machine guns. Air Vice-Marshal Darryn Webb is Chief of Air Force and joins us from Wellington this morning. Morena, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good to see you. You guys are obviously very excited by this, and rightly so. Why have we picked, let's start with the Seahawks. Why those Seahawks?
Well, the Seahawks are really a combat-capable machine, which is perfectly designed for the job that we need them to do. So they will be out supporting the Naval Combat Force. They have systems on board which are able to detect, track, target, and if necessary, prosecute surface and subsurface targets. So we're really excited about what that's going to bring for our men and women of the Defence Force.
They were described to me this morning as sub-hunters. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, I think that's a fair description. They're an extremely capable machine. They can fly off the back of all of our ships in our current Royal New Zealand Navy. But primarily they are in support of the frigate fleet, and they are there to protect and support whatever surface action group might be out there doing its task. It has great range, it has great speed and endurance, so it can get out ahead of the ships and protect and support those men and women.
Dumb question from me. There'll be plenty of them coming, don't worry. But so they are sub-hunters. They can detect submarine under the water. They can potentially fire at them. Can the submarines detect them and fire at them?
Primarily the submarine's role is to be hidden from any sort of surface view. So it's not in their interests to be caught, and so they will be taking evasive measures rather than offensive tactics.
How far can they fly? How far from the frigates can they go?
Yeah, so they can fly up to 1,000 kilometres. So that's a really good distance, and as importantly, they can also have up to 4 hours of endurance. And so a helicopter's role is quite variable. It might need to be out there with a dipping sonar, listening for submarines. It might need to be looking beyond the visual horizon, or indeed it might need to be moving people and cargo in an underslung load scenario. So extremely versatile machine, and we're really excited about when they arrive.
So a couple of those things you mentioned are things that a drone couldn't do. Will we add the drone capability later?
Yeah, exactly. I think the good word there would be complementary. So we need both. We need the helicopters to come first to replace the ageing Sea Sprite, and then in a subsequent tranche, we will be looking at the drones or the uncrewed systems to follow.
And the planes, I've been on those 757s. They are a bit rickety. I mean, they do the job, but they are a bit rickety. So what is the range on them? What's the thinking with those?
Yeah, so the XLR is a new aircraft to market. I think around the world people are putting great value on the ability to move great distances, and anybody who lives in New Zealand knows that that's a challenge that we face. And so we looked across all sorts of different types, and they really meet the needs of New Zealand Defence Force the best. So range, speed, payload, and when you bring those things together with a single aisle type aircraft, the XLR really stands out as the best in the market. As an example, we will be able to fly from New Zealand directly to Singapore in one go, and importantly for our missions to Antarctica, for the first time we'll be able to fly down there with what's called a no point of safe return issue. So up until this moment, at some stage in that journey, you reach a point where you can no longer safely get back to New Zealand, and the weather deteriorations can occur down there such that it's going to be far more safe for the crews and the passengers on board.
Yeah, I've been on that trip to Antarctica, and you do get a bit nervous around the halfway mark, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
And the $2.7 billion price tag, given that we're going through this, the American military route, are we getting value for money? I mean, do we know that?
We do. This is the foreign military sales process. It's exactly the same technique that we use to acquire the P-8 Poseidon and the C-130J. Essentially, it's a government-to-government relationship where we are able to leverage the scale of the US government to work on our behalf, and then they negotiate the deal with Lockheed Martin for us. So we are very confident that we will get the best price, and not only the best price, but the best timing as well.
Do you plan for operations, like potential combat, with these aircraft? And who are you fighting?
Yeah, combat capability is absolutely something that we need to think about as the Defence Force. Up until now, working in a defensive mode may be more traditional, but the world is changing, and we need the tools to safely protect our people and do our job, and that requires both offence and defence. and we're not shying away from that requirement, that's for sure.